Hello viewers, how are you? Hope you are well. Do you like motivational stories? Then this story is for you. So let's start with the title of today's story. Today's story is The Truck Driver Who Taught Himself Law and Won a Supreme Court Case. Jake Turner had driven trucks for over 2 decades. His days were filled with highways, diesel fumes, and long, lonely nights in motels. He wasn't a man of many words, but he had a heart bigger than his 18-wheeler. Raised in rural Arkansas, Jake had dropped out of school at 16 to support his family. He never imagined life would throw him into a courtroom, let alone the Supreme Court. One crisp October morning, Jake received a certified letter from his trucking company, Titan Freight Corporation. It stated he was terminated for a violation of an obscure clause in his contract. The reason? Refusing to drive an overloaded truck that he deemed unsafe. It wasn't just the termination, it was the insult. Jake had always played by the rules. He called lawyers, dozens of them. Most dismissed his case as unwinnable or too small to matter. Others quoted legal fees he couldn't afford. Jake sat in his kitchen, a pile of rejection letters in front of him, a cold coffee beside them. Something stirred inside him. If no one would fight for him, he'd fight for himself. Jake bought used law books from eBay. He watched legal videos on YouTube. He read case files late into the night after long shifts. He learned about employment law, contract law, and legal precedents. He wrote notes on napkins, on the backs of delivery receipts, anywhere he could. With trembling hands, Jake filed a wrongful termination suit in a local district court. The clerk eyed him curiously. No lawyer, no law degree, just a man in a trucker cap with stacks of handwritten notes. The judge gave him a skeptical glance, but allowed the case to proceed. Titan Freight hired a top law firm. Their team of sharp-suited lawyers scoffed at Jake's filing. They tried to get the case dismissed. But Jake had done his homework. In court, he quoted legal precedents, cited OSHA regulations, and presented carefully documented evidence. The judge was impressed. A local reporter picked up the story, Trucker Takes on Titan. The story spread like wildfire. Jake became a symbol of the working man. Interviews, blog posts, even a podcast series followed. The country rallied behind him. But Jake never sought fame. He only wanted justice. Jake lost his house trying to keep up with bills. His truck was repossessed. He slept in a borrowed RV behind a friend's barn. Still, he studied. Still, he fought. He believed in the system, even when it broke him. He refused to give up. Titan appealed the lower court's decision when Jake initially won. The case moved up to the appellate court. Jake was nervous but not unprepared. He sharpened his arguments. He submitted organized, typewritten briefs. He countered every legal tactic they threw at him. An appellate judge, moved by Jake's story and legal aptitude, wrote a detailed opinion in his favor. That ruling sent shockwaves through legal circles. Suddenly, Jake was no longer seen as an amateur, but a force to be reckoned with. Titan Freight, desperate to crush Jake, appealed to the U.S. Supreme Court. Everyone told Jake he'd never make it that far, but the highest court in the land agreed to hear the case. Jake was stunned. He cried. Then he got back to work. Jake arrived in D.C. in a borrowed suit. He stood on the steps of the Supreme Court, a symbol of American justice. Inside, he faced 9 of the most powerful legal minds in the country. He was scared, but he spoke from the heart. Jake's argument was simple: safety should never be a fireable offense. He cited laws, ethics, and humanity. He reminded the court that the law was meant to protect the people, not punish them for doing the right thing. In a 7-2 ruling, the Supreme Court sided with Jake. The courtroom gasped. Jake had done what few trained lawyers ever did: win in the highest court, alone. The verdict mandated new industry-wide safety protocols and protected whistleblowers nationwide. Jake returned home a hero. But more than that, he returned with purpose. He started a non-profit to help blue-collar workers learn their rights. He gave talks. He wrote a book. He inspired thousands. Jake never went to law school. He never called himself a lawyer. But he believed in justice, in hard work, in doing what's right. His story wasn't just about winning a case, it was about standing up when no one else would. Jake was invited to speak at universities across the country. Professors called his case a modern legal miracle. He was humbled but used every opportunity to show others that knowledge is power. He donated his handwritten notes to a law school where they were displayed as a symbol of grit and self-education. Not everyone was happy about Jake's victory. Some industry insiders saw him as a threat. He began receiving anonymous threats. His non-profit's website was hacked. Still, Jake pressed on. He knew that when you shake the foundations, the walls will tremble. Jake created a mobile legal aid truck converted from an old rig. He and a few volunteer paralegals traveled to remote towns offering free legal guidance to workers. He called it Justice on Wheels. The truck became a beacon of hope in communities where legal help was scarce. In the midst of his growing influence, Jake's mother passed away. He had always promised her he'd make her proud, and she had lived to see his Supreme Court victory. Her passing left a void in Jake, reminding him that behind every fight is a personal story, a family, a reason. Jake began pushing for legal reform. He met with senators, advocated for better protections for truckers and whistleblowers, and even proposed a national safety law named after his mother, the Ilana Turner Act. It gained bipartisan support. Despite all his work in the legal field, Jake missed the road. On the anniversary of his first trucking job, he took one last long-haul route. It wasn't about freight, it was about remembering who he was and where he came from. He drove through the night, stars overhead, tears in his eyes. The road ahead years later, Jake still drove a truck sometimes. But more often, he was found in libraries, helping others learn the law like he had. He said, "If I can do it, anyone can. All it takes is heart and a hell of a lot of grit." Today's motivation story was up to this point. If you like the story and if you got motivation, then definitely share it with your friends. And don't forget to like and comment. And if you are new to the channel, definitely subscribe to our channel and stay with us. Thank you.